Om Shanti. I know it has probably been very difficult for you, okay, to get all this new information at once, but it's very important, okay, that we hang in there. Take one thing at a time, try to understand, then go to the next thing. Every single thing will not be fulfilling you or give you satisfaction as it is, even you accept it. Okay, you need to connect it. Very, very important. We need to connect all the true facts. Okay, and that if it fits the picture completely, okay, in the right way in our intellect, then it really gives us the feeling of we being the soul. Okay, like for example, you might believe, oh, I won't believe 5,000 being the cycle, but I will believe this. Still, it will not bring you the result. Okay, because everything is connecting with our existence. Everything is interconnected with each other. Okay, if I don't believe 5,000 as a cycle, then I will not, and if I believe the deities are not God, then what will happen? It's conflicting, okay, with experiencing the reality. How? Just think about it. Now, God is here. The only purpose of telling that 5,000, the cycle is 5,000 years to make us realize that we have become demons. Now we have less time to become deities. We really need to make an effort. Okay. How can we really will be able to make effort with that right consciousness, having that alertness that I don't have time if I don't accept both of these facts? Okay, so very, very important. All the facts has to be connected with each other in the right way. Until now, that's what we have been doing. Okay, we just believe, let's just stay on the common ground. Whatever we believe, just work on that. Okay, we can able to do anything, achieve anything if we just work on the common ground. But just connecting with one aspect is not going to bring you on a common ground. Okay, complete facts about yourself eventually will bring you in on the common ground. But if you yourself are not aware of it, you are just in a limited sense, you're trying to connect with each other, that is not going to harmonize you, because there are a lot of facts when you learn about law of karma that also integrates here, okay, with connecting with people. Okay, all those things plays into role altogether. We cannot avoid that fact and just pick something that we think, oh, this is one that works for me. It's not going to make the change. Okay, if it's feeling confusing to you, you want to learn by example, please let's connect. I can explain you better. I don't want to spend too much time. Okay, but whatever the mentality we are carrying, we don't have the knowledge right now, complete knowledge. We don't have the truth within us. We cannot really bring the transformation in others. Okay, physical level, you can bring little change, but not at the spiritual level. You cannot able to connect no matter what you do. Okay, so very, very important with the imbibing the truth, complete truth about everything. Okay, that God is narrating, we have to connect, and it connects. There is no other information that connects. It just brings us confusion. Okay, all right. So in this session, we are going to talk about why deities cannot be God. Right now, everyone is either praising or worshipping, bowing down, right, to someone. So the religious father have been praised, okay, and the other deities which are worshipped in the temple are decorated, okay, with beautiful clothes, which is actually a memorial of the divine virtues. Okay, so all those that we are focusing on, the deities, we are considering them, okay, as basically a media of God, okay, but it is not. God is not omnipresent. They are not God who are being worshipped at the temple. They are not God. Yes, they have become an elevated human being, okay, who attained that position of being worship worthy, but being worship worthy doesn't mean that they are God. God is actually not worship worthy. God doesn't have a body. Okay, we can only remember God, cannot really, we can praise God, but cannot really worship God. So we are worshipping human beings. Okay, so that is the memorial of human souls. How? Okay, that we need to understand. Okay, for that, we need to understand the difference between soul and the supreme soul. Okay, whether it's any soul you take that you believe in, they all are souls. Any soul, any image that you comes in front of you, when you think of God, they all are souls, they are not God. Okay, every single one of them, because God doesn't have a body, right? But yes, he does come and take a body to perform actions. Okay, but God has, so God says we don't even know what's the right way to connect with God. Okay, because every image that we are bringing in front of us, those are of a soul. Just like even somebody says Shiv Shankara, Shankar's image is coming, right? Without knowing God, you're just remembering the body. We don't really know God actually. Okay, so any images that comes in front of us, they all are soul. Okay, human souls that goes from uh, sato to rajo to tamo, which is pure to impure. They go through cycle of birth and death. Okay, if you want, you can go through this chart, but don't read it right now. Just listen out to me. Okay, just listen to me. That they all the souls come into this cycle. They become pure to impure. We already have known the stages, right? Very, very important. They go from the higher stage to the lower stage. When they are at the higher stage, they are called deity souls who are worshipped later. Okay, when they come into the lower stage, they become human beings. Okay, so human beings themselves who become deities, they start worshipping themselves. Okay, on the other hand, God is not bhogi. He doesn't come in the cycle of birth and death. Okay, even though he comes in a body, both there is a similarity. They both have to take a body to come alive, become alive. Okay, they all both look alike. We also look alike. God also looks like, but the similarity the we have where the differences. See, the similarity also comes. We have virtues, right? But God is ocean, and we have a lesser capacity. Okay, that God cannot be destroyed. We cannot be destroyed. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Right. So all those are similarities, but what are differences between us and God? Okay, that also is important to understand. Right now we are carrying misconception, okay, about God actually. Okay, so it's very, very important to clear that God can do anything without the body. That is wrong. God doesn't break the law of nature. Okay, he doesn't do physical miracles. Okay, those are the action of pure souls who come. Yeah, it's not the action of God. Remember, we just said God, and God only comes, okay, at the end of the Iron Age. When he takes a body, he will do his action, but he won't do miracles. He doesn't create any sort of impartiality in anyone. Okay, so God is the one who is Ajanma. He doesn't take birth through womb, doesn't have his own body. He doesn't go through cycle of birth and death. He only comes once. We souls, we come within the cycle at different times, but his time is fixed. Okay, he comes only once, though he doesn't take a rebirth. Okay, he doesn't become attached to the body. He remains beyond the effect of actions even after coming in the body. He doesn't go through sattva tamu guna. He's beyond gunas. Okay, so all these deity souls, they are bound by gunas. They are 16 celestial degrees, then they become 14, then 8, then they become almost at like they come and they become less, okay, later. um and then we become less than 8 celestial degrees. Okay, but God, he is Kalati. He's beyond 3 gunas. Okay, so none of the souls have the name, but God has the name. The light, the energy has the name. Okay, he is the generator. Okay, so all these differences are there. We need to understand when God comes, we will see that as a practical proof. Okay, currently all the things that we are believing, that's not the truth. God will do the miracle, but not the miracle that we want. We are thinking from a body conscious perspective. Okay, so anyways, we are not going to go more on that. Our point is very straightforward here. Okay, that the deities cannot be God. And also the meaning of deities, they joyfully indulges others in play. Okay, who joyfully indulges others in play. Okay, so that means one who entertains happily. Okay, that is Dev. So if somebody is giving the sorrow, God is beyond happiness and sorrow. Okay, so that means somebody who is giving the sorrow, they're taking the sorrow, experiencing the pleasure, right? So that's what that it's showing, that eventually they will also give the sorrow, take the sorrow. Okay, so it shows that they experience the pleasure. Okay, and there is also um, actually topic of gati sadgati, which we cannot cover today because of limitation of the time. Okay, so we say gati sadgati mukti jivan mukti. Okay, all those things can be discussed when we meet in person. I can provide you the material as well, or online. Okay, when through our conversation, if you're interested. I don't want to really um, make people get lost, right? If they don't have that Sanatan Dharam background. Okay. But yes, liberation in life, salvation. Okay. All those things, what does it mean? It's important to understand. Okay. Another example here, Devatma, right? We say deity souls, right? And the God is called Supreme Soul. So deity souls, we say, right? And then when we refer to deities, see, when we compare, we say Brahma Devtai Namaha. We indicated Brahma is a deity, Vishnu is a deity, Shankar is a deity, but we refer Shiv as a supreme soul. Okay, so in the comparison, deities, there is somebody superior than deities. Deities are not God. Okay, so there are references in Bhagavad Gita. Again, this PDF is there under in the description box, and also Gita section will have the slokas too. Okay, so eventually, okay, that is in progress. Okay, but you have the PDF. Okay, so the point is human being becomes deity, and human beings are the one who becomes demons. Okay, right now God is here and giving us an aim that we can become a deity. We don't have to worship deity now. That is our aim. We can become that. Okay, so all the qualities of the deity have been shown in Bhagavad Gita, just like as you can see, chapter 16, verses 1 to 3. Okay, again, you can take a look at it at your own time. Okay, so we don't make it difficult for other people. Okay, so all these are there. See, you can see all the in the chart here. Okay, all the qualities have been basically listed. Okay, with the slope numbers. So in the PDF. Okay, even though you don't have Gita slokas available, you can go through the PDF. It gives you all the references. Okay, we are going to cover 700 slokas, not in the course itself, but I'm just saying in the Gita sloka section. Okay, so and then the lot of references that says in the Bhagavad Gita is God referred to as like a characteristics of the human being as being pure and then impure. Okay, so impurity has referred have known as a demons or as a demonic qualities, and then purity has connected with becoming a deities. Okay, or that imbibing the divine virtues as a deity. Okay, and these are all the references again from Bhagavad Gita, that our aim is not to leave the body, our aim is to become deity. Okay, virtuous soul, 16 celestial degrees, completely virtuous, non-violent, following the code of conduct. Okay, and reach that, of course, experience that super sensuous joy. Okay, constant peace and happiness, acquires power, purity, one truth, mind is stable. Okay, and a lot of other reasons are there. I'm not going there at this point. You can go through this PDF. Okay, you will get more reasons. Deities have gurus, God doesn't have guru, right? So we can see that they also are guided. Okay, God doesn't need any guidance. Okay, God is knowledgeful, deities don't have complete knowledge. Okay, even in the scriptures we have seen, right, the stage, like a lot of deities life story, that they also had to go through this feeling pain and sorrow. God never feels pain and sorrow. Okay, again, these are just additional slides I have. All right, well, best wishes for the future session. Om Shanti.